Hi, Ed here. I'm the Associate Store Manager of the L.L.Bean Hunting and Fishing Store in Freeport, Maine. I'm going to show you how to spool up your fly reel. Here's what you'll need: fly reel, fly rod, backing, fly line, and scissors. Here are the steps we'll be going through in this video: determining amount of backing needed, attaching backing to fly reel, loading reel with backing, installing the fly line, and we have a bonus tip. The first step is to see how much backing your fly reel will take. We're going to put on a 6-weight fly line, which means it will take 75 yards of 20-pound backing. Next, you need to attach the backing to the spool. Remove the spool from the reel, run the backing through the first guide on the rod, and then tie it to the spool using an arbor knot. To tie an arbor knot, loop the end of the backing 2 times around the spool and tie a simple overhand knot near the end. Trim the excess. Now loop this end around the main line and tie another overhand knot and tighten. Now pull on the main line to cinch it down so the 2 overhand knots are together. Pop the spool back onto the reel. Now you're ready to reel the backing onto the spool. This is where a friend with a pen or pencil comes in handy. Have them poke the pencil through the center of the backing spool and hold either end of the pencil so the spool spins freely. Make sure the backing is coming off the bottom of the spool. This will prevent it from twisting. If you're alone, you can sit down, put your feet up on another chair, and hold the pencil with your toes. I'm not joking. I've done this many times. Otherwise, try poking the pencil through the sides of a narrow cardboard box and hold the spool in place. Hold a line between your fingers and start reeling the backing onto the reel. Have your friend apply just enough pressure to the backing spool so it doesn't spin freely. Apply tension, but you don't need to hold it too tight. The backing should feel firm on the spool and not spongy. Remove the spool from the reel so you can check to see if you have the right amount of backing. Take the fly line off its spool and hold it against the spool like this. You want a little space between the fly line and the outer edge of the spool. If it's overfilled, the spool won't spin freely on the reel. Now it's time to install the fly line. A new fly line comes with the back end marked with a tag that says, "Attach this end to backing." The back end of most lines comes with a welded loop like this one. The loop makes it super easy to attach your fly line to the backing. You'll just need to tie a loop into your backing, and the surgeon's knot is the quickest and easiest way. Simply double up the end of your backing and tie an overhand knot with the doubled line. Then pass it through again for a second overhand knot. Make sure the loop is big enough for the fly line spool to pass through. Tighten up the knot firmly and trim the excess. Now slip the backing loop through the fly line loop and then pass the fly line through the large backing loop. Pull it snug to create this neat connection. Have your friend set up the fly spool just like the backing spool with a pencil pass through the middle. Again, make sure the line comes off the bottom of the spool. Reel the fly line steadily onto the spool while applying a little tension with your fingers. Now let's get this table out of the way for a special bonus tip. When it's time to string up your fly line on your fly rod, there's a neat little trick you can use. When you pull the line through the guides like this, you can lose all your progress if the line slips from your hand. Instead, double the line over and pull the newly created loop through the guides. Watch what happens now if I lose my grip. It's a small little thing, but it'll make you look like a pro when you string up your rod like this. Tell us what kind of fish you like to go after in the comments below. Also, let us know what kind of videos you'd like to see more of. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next video. For more fishing tips and inspiration, visit Explore L.L.Bean at llbean.com/explore.